Hello, this is Zombies After 45 again. Today's doesn't make any sense. I will be talking to, again, this is unscripted, so yeah, I will be talking to, about recreational vehicles. Yeah, it's quite an awkward topic, because I swing around a lot with things, but, um, I've always liked them, and RVs always has something that I've always had a thing for. I grew up having nothing to do with them. My parents and I would go to hotels or whatever, bed and breakfast, I think. Anyway, the point is, it would be a stationary place. And at least for a while, I always wanted to take a trip in one of those RVs. And finally, in the summer of 2010, it happens. I got taken an RV. We rented a Class C motorhome, if you know what that is, and we went out to the Delaware Water Gap. It wasn't very expensive. I just wanted to get the experience and prepare for my next trip, which was after my graduation in my high school graduation. 3-week RV trip around the country. It was preparation for that. But both of those trips, also before I say that, the one across the country, we used the Class A motorhome, so, but a little bit bigger and more roomy. But yeah, both of these trips were the were among the one in the summer. The first one, 2010, was among the best trips I ever had, and the one in 2011, my graduation, shortly after I graduated, 3-week trip to the national parks out west, was definitely, without a doubt, the best trip I have ever been on. And as I mentioned, I think I talked about this in my rant about the education system and how much it sucks. I learned more about that, more about things on that trip, more about the country on that trip than any classroom in my whole life. But okay, so the reason I'm talking about these monstrous things now, they're quite cool. They may be big, but for good reason. They have a lot of amenities. Amenities, I think it is called. Yeah, I think amenities, right? That means, well, I think that's the word. But okay, the point is that it's things that will help you, survive while you're on the road or whatever. But all RVs, whether it's any RV, whether it's a trailer or travel trailer, fifth wheel, pop up motorhome, yeah, they're just awesome. And I don't understand what the whole point of this is. I don't understand why they're never advertised. And I don't mean, I've never seen an advertisement like, it's always take a plane out here, stay in a hotel, or there's always motels that people talk about, but never RVs. Yet the RV industry is supposedly very big. I mean, they have a headquarters in Elkhart, Indiana, and I was there on the way back from my trip. But why aren't they advertised if they're so popular? Why aren't there commercials to buy an RV? It's because they're expensive. Some of them are cheap. The trailers aren't that expensive. They're actually about the price of an average car. And for anyone who thinks that a hotel or a motel is better than an RV, you better think again, because you're all idiots if you think that. I don't think in any way, except for maybe the space factor, but other than that, there's nothing better. You gotta take a car, go to a hotel. Imagine the trip that I did. Okay, I went for 3 weeks to like 5 national parks around the country. Okay, imagine we stayed at about 12 campgrounds. Now imagine staying at 12 motels over the course of this. First off, it would have been a lot more packed at the national parks. The hotels would have been like 3 times as expensive, maybe even 4 times or 5 times at the actual parks. Probably $200 a night. The campgrounds, most of them were KOAs, if you know what that is. Campgrounds America. They were about $25 a night for a full hookup spot. But yeah, it just that cost a lot less. And on top of the fact that you don't need to really do anything except hook up. When you're in a car, you got to get out of the car. You got to, you know, you got to take all your stuff into the hotel or motel just for a night. If it's just traveling all the way out there, you're gonna get right back in the morning. Have to take all the stuff out and go on. Besides, no bed bugs, no nothing. You know your camper. What else? Your own food. Yes, you gotta make your bed. That's the bad part. The gas, horrific. Yes, bad gas mileage, especially for the A. It got about 7 or 8 miles per gallon. I think that was lucky. Got low, at minimum 6, and it had a 65 or 70 gallon fuel tank. So it actually went quite far before it needed to be refueled, but it ended up costing a lot of money over the course of the trip. But you're not worried about that. I don't know. You can afford it if you're gonna own one, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people can't. It's not that easy. Then get a trailer. Your pickup truck or SUV should be a little bit more susceptible to that. I think that's the word. It's built for better gas mileage than a motorhome, so maybe I know it has more weight pulling, but it still would be better probably. Yeah, the MPG would be more acceptable. Well, yeah, that's what I just don't understand. Like I said, they're so popular. Why aren't they advertised? And why do people? It always seems like in the society people look down on them. Maybe it's just that I live up in the Northeast and I hate the Northeast. Okay, people here aren't, on the most part, aren't nice. They're shitty drivers. They honk at you when you just stop for a second after the light's green. They get pissed if you cut them off or go before them at a stop sign. I don't know. All I noticed is in the South, the Southeast United States, it's the friendliest place in the country, without a doubt. Southern hospitality really exists, but I could go into that. Why do people have to be so mean when they could just be like that? The Midwest and the West, same thing. I think the West more than the Midwest, but in the West, people are like, "Hey, after you first," in the car. It's hilarious, but yeah, they get it. They also love the RV lifestyle. I see a lot more of it out there, but with the exception of California, they're all warm and warm and friendly, and welcoming. Yes, very welcoming there. Florida and California are the exceptions to the rule because they contain people from up here because our impatient businessmen. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know if you guys care about this at all. Probably not. You probably just want to see me play games like always, but yeah, it's a shame, More people should try it out. I think it would be a wise idea for everyone at one point in their life to go visit the RV show in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It takes place in September, and it's the biggest RV show in the country. So, yeah, they have over 2 years ago I went there. It had over 900 RVs, and some of them are freaking incredible. Yes, I understand that some of their price ranges are absurd. Like the best in show, which had a dishwasher and 2 washer, I think a washer dryer and a bathtub or something, had it was over $1 million. It was coach, diesel pusher Class A, and the only thing nicer is the celebrity motorhomes, the real coaches. Yeah, they have like the ones that bands use. Yeah, those have a cockpit and a separated back, livable space in the back. It's amazing. Never really been in there, but I can get the idea just by looking in the window in the front. But anyway, I think I'm out of things to say about RVs. The point is they own, and you should try it out. Like I said, while you do have to spend a lot on gasoline, you won't have to be stopping that often because the big tanks make up for it. But when you stop, expect to pay a lot for gas. I've calculated though that over time you'll actually save money because of the campgrounds over the hotels, and usually the people at the campgrounds are better anyway. You get to talk to people at campgrounds. That's fine. I thought of this to say, the campgrounds, the place you stay at, I'm a big believer of the phrase, you get what you paid for. In this case, you don't. You get, maybe the hotels may be a little classier or like look nicer, but the RVs, some of the RVs are classy inside anyway, so who cares? But it's just nice to be out with nature, you know? And the people there are much nicer, okay? You have these arcades sometimes, like, yeah. Mini golf, pools. Yes, I know that hotels have that. Motels usually don't, but no, don't get me wrong, they're not that bad, but I just don't like them as much. Okay, I've had some bad experiences with motels. One motel had bed bugs in it, and bothered my mother for a week. We had to change all the bed sheets and everything. So yeah, I don't understand. People just need to. It just needs to be put out there more. Maybe that's it. Someday I might even consider living in one full time. I mean, they're amazing. Why you need to have a stationary house? You're unhappy where you live? Just get up and move. Not that hard. But we'll see. They cost a lot, and yeah, each one have its pro. Each one have each one of them have their pros and cons. So like hotels / motels. It's their own plumbing. They have their own plumbing. You don't have to worry about. But at least with the RV, you get to know how plumbing works. And cable and or the wires that you use, possibly satellite for RVs that could work. I've yet to be in an RV with really good TV, but I've seen some that have it. I mean, I've yet to travel in an RV with very good TV, but I've seen RVs with phenomenal TVs. They beat the heck out of any hotel television I've seen in terms of size, maybe, and the quality as well. Pretty soon there'll be an RV with a 3D television, but anyway. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I have about a minute before I'll have to, pass my 15-minute mark, and it'll start being a second video. So I'm gonna end this now. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you better have, comment, rate, and subscribe, because I don't think you've ever seen a video like this on YouTube, which maybe for good reason, depending. I mean, people may not care about the subject at all. I'm just trying to put it out there, and I'll try to put a lot of things out there because I question why things aren't, or why things are, like a lot of people. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching, and have a nice day / evening.